Polema welcomes you, honored guests, and hopes she can be of service to you.
I do hope Hinamu comes to his senses. Since grandmother died, he isn't himself. He's never been a heavy sleeper. Lately he's taken to wandering Mistral at night. He's even changed the way he dresses.
Hurry to the Cloudy Dregs Inn. Our situation grows perilous, and Azura is anything but patient.
Polema welcomes you, honored guests, and hopes she can...
distant shores of
For prosperity,
real,
for
live
security,
dog.
for unity, for the Dominion.
Do not worry, it is safely caged.
The Dominion welcomes
The
all
Hara
who
would
wish
not
to
like
join.
to tear the flesh from your bones.
You thieves are getting bolder and bolder.
Don't believe her lies.
Harder than expected. Let's see if it was worth it.
Have you lost your mind?
Do not disturb the ritual, cub. Our harvest depends upon it. June and Jode, send this one your light that she might see. This one gives thanks. Give us the silver light that we can catch it in crystal. This one gives thanks.
I don't care to sail through corpses, but if I dock at Mistral, they'll inspect my cargo. Which is all legitimate, I assure you. Where do you need to go? I can take you to Vulkelgard in Oridon. I have many things to sell to the High Elves. All of them legal.
You are the one I seek. Greetings. My benefactor wishes to speak to you about a matter that could affect the fate of our world. If my benefactor wished to discuss details in the open, why send a messenger? The matter is for your ears only. A passenger cabin in the interim suitor down at the docks. Do not tarry.
Hold up there.
Honor and praise. I will need you to speak with Watch Captain Estanya. Just follow the docks to the west. No, you're fine. The Queen herself has come to Vulkelgard. Her royal guard, the 1st Oridon Marines, require us to log everyone entering the city.
Hi there. Looking for me? You hear about the contract. Investigating the Grey Host is like trying to wrestle an angry spirit. Anyway, the Raven Watch could certainly use the help. And by Raven Watch, I mean me. The Raven Watch is dedicated to curtailing the activities of unscrupulous vampires, and the Grey Host is as unscrupulous as they come. Someone is rebuilding the ancient army of vampires and werewolves that ravaged the First Era. We need to stop them. Hey, I was doing stuff before you showed up. Look, some vampires and werewolves have formed a new Grey Host. One of their original ruling counselors may be leading them, and they seem to be experimenting with life energy. Will you help me? Everything I learned up to now points in the same direction. Bankerai Garrison. There's a scholar named Lorette Deal there who may be able to tell us more about the Grey Host and how they were defeated. Cart's over there when you're ready to go. I'm hoping a scholar of ancient Bankerai battles named Lorette Deal or one of her colleagues can tell us more about the Grey Host. With any luck, they have information about the Grey Host that's not too outlandish. The priests have this old holy text that claims St. Pelin leapt off the garrison's walls, landed among the host, asked Stendar for endless blood, and then fed them all without dying. Then the garrison dropped some rocks on them. See? Outlandish. Exactly. We need practical facts about how the Grey Host was defeated at Bankerai Garrison. Hopefully Scholar Deal can provide them. I suppose you wouldn't have heard of us. We are a bit secretive. Now's probably a good time to tell you. I'm a vampire. All members of House Ravenwatch are. We hunt bad vampires, and also deal with the occasional misbehaving werewolf. Not nearly enough, and we're stretched pretty thin. Investigating this on my own didn't seem prudent, so I requested aid, and now here you are, offering it. I'm touched. My research has uncovered pieces, but I hope the scholars at the Bankerai Garrison can put the puzzle together. Members of the Grey Host experimented with life energy, and at least one of their leaders survived their defeat in the ancient past. My research indicates a council ruled the Grey Host. One of those leaders fell out of favor and another survived the final battle. A Durrani noble with connections to Viridian Watch gave the survivor sanctuary. In return, they made her a vampire. In the ancient past, the Grey Host sought to use life energy to draw souls into containment vessels called stone husks. It had something to do with returning the dead to life. I think there's a new Grey Host, and they've revived those experiments. Probably, but nothing that can't wait. Let's take the cart to the Bankerai Garrison and find the scholars who can tell us more about the history of the Grey Host. Well, this isn't at all what I expected. What happened here?
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you here for a tour? I'm afraid they've all been suspended until this mess with the Imperial Army is resolved. If I could offer a suggestion, turn around and head for the safety of Evermore's walls. As you can plainly see, now is not a good time. My fellow scholars and I fled when Septima Tharn and her Daedra-worshipping zealots attacked. We barely got out before the first impacts from their ballistae shook the walls. Occupying the walls. And they didn't just attack the garrison, they conquered it. The knights keep saying the Lion Guard will come. That will push the invaders out in less time than it takes to brew a cup of tea. But that hasn't happened yet. I'm sorry. Concern for my colleagues and the Pyre Watch warrior who accompanied them has my thoughts in a jumble. Come to think of it, the Pyre Watch are experts on the Grey Host. Find my friends, and I'm sure the warrior will answer your questions. They're guardians sworn to watch over a Grey Host burial site located here in Bankurai. One of their warriors was here recruiting when the garrison came under attack. She went to protect my colleagues, but no one's returned. Can you go find them? Cogleen and Indus fled in the direction of Evermore with the Pyre Watch warrior, while Jannard headed toward Kerbal's Hollow. Please be careful. The wilderness can be treacherous between here and there. Even if my mind wasn't clouded with worry, I'm an expert on the Second Era. My First Era knowledge is extremely limited. The Pyre Watch knows more about the Grey Host than anyone. Find her and my friends, and she'll provide the answers you seek. Thank you, friend. When you return with the scholars safely in tow, we should be able to put our collective heads together and dredge up that ancient history. That is, if the Pyre Watch warrior hasn't already satisfied your curiosity.
This scholar's research doesn't go back to the First Era, and the other scholars fled? That puts a wrinkle in our plans, all right. This Pyre Watch warrior is a promising lead, though. Let's go find her and the other scholars. I heard. Let's split up and go after them. All take Kerbal's Hollow. You head toward Evermore. Here, I'll mark it on your map. Yeah, my brother Fenorian told me about one he encountered. They're the guardians of an ancient mass grave where the remains of the Grey Host are said to be interred. Probably knows more than the scholars. Find them and meet me back here. Find the scholars, but try not to get eaten by anything.
Halt there! Bankurai garrison is on lockdown since the death of King Aemond. Only Knights of St. Pellin and members of the royal family are allowed in. Also, if you were planning on going to Evermore, you might want to reconsider that. An army of Reachmen's just a day's march from the city, and when they get there, it's not going to be pretty. We've done all we can, but frankly, I think it may have been in vain. The knights we sent haven't returned or sent word. The group was led by Sir Dubrock, and they went to Jackdaw Cove, hoping to strike at the heart of these Reachmen. This hag raven who apparently leads them. If you do go north, we wouldn't complain if you looked for Sir Dubrock. He may need help.
You there. Come. You don't look like a refugee. Are you a soldier from the garrison? What news of the Imperial attack? Oh, that's wonderful news. Cogleen and I intended to head straight for Evermore, but the cursed Imperials caught up with us. They would have captured us if not for that Pyre Watch warrior. Have you seen her? Is she alive? She was, but we ran into Imperials. The Pyre Watch warrior distracted the soldiers and ordered me to flee. Then she took Cogleen and headed west. Please, find them. I worry for their safety. I will go to Scarlet Deal's camp now. We are most fortunate you came to our aid. Other than the fact that they were defeated here centuries ago, not much, I'm afraid. I can tell you Empress Hestra's legions came to the aid of Bankorai garrison. That's why Hyrok became part of the Alessian Empire for a time. Alas, you seek facts and figures that I don't have readily at hand. Perhaps when I can retrieve my papers from inside the garrison? You know, the Pyre Watch warrior might be able to help you. They're experts on the Grey hosts of the First Era. I will return to Scarlet Deal's camp. May Tall Papa guide your steps.
What do John and Jod send us now? What does Crazy Eye see here? Another shave skin? Good! These Knights of St. Pellen need all the help they can get. Crazy Eye and the other Bandari have done all they can. Maybe it's your turn to help now. Are you living in a dog's den? Imperial skirmishers have been raiding this camp, stealing the Knight's supplies. This one and friends were just passing through, but the Bandari help when they can. Like Crazy Eye doesn't have anything better to do. Ah! If the Knights appreciated the Bandari, they'd fatten this one's purse. Crazy Eye doesn't like to work for free, do you? Or maybe since you're not Bandari, they'll pay you. If you want to help, see the Knight Commander Sherilyn. Tell the Knight Commander you want to help stop the Imperial raids. Tell her Crazy Eye sent you too. Tell her this one deserves a little present. Or several presents. Several shiny presents. Yes, 3 times in recent days. Crazy Eye was only here for the last raid, but she saw them coming. Even put an arrow between a few pairs of eyes. They still managed to steal more no one knows. Crazy Eye surely doesn't. This one's heard rumors of Imperials attacking cities in southern Bankorai. But this is too far north, no? Maybe they're trying to attack supply lines to the garrison. For the present. If things get too dirty, though, Crazy Eye will save her own hide. This one and other Bandari are not mercenaries. We're traders. No! So unfair, too! Crazy Eye's been guarding this gate for hours and hours when she could be back in her tent taking a cozy little nap. You should tell the Knight Captain. Tell her to give us something! Here at Martyr's Crossing, important trade routes run through here between North and South Bankorai, yes? And supply lines from Evermore to Bankorai Garrison. This one was told that the Knights of St. Pellen have always guarded this place.
There's a sight for a sore eye. Someone who looks like they can spill blood for a righteous cause. The Imperials have just about licked us. I've only got a few knights left who are fit to fight. I've had to recruit Bandari to defend the camp. Frankly, this place isn't easy to defend. It was originally just a little two-man outpost, here to guard the road. With enemies to the north and south, we decided to increase our presence here. Turns out that was a mistake. Damned garrison commander decided to stockpile extra weapons and food here too. So we wound up sitting on a bunch of supplies we couldn't protect. Most of it's gone now, though. If we're raided again, we might as well just retreat to Evermore.
Guards! What have you done? Someone help!
By St. Pellen's beard. Of course there is. Biggest problem right now is the Bandari. I've got wounded knights, but my healers can't heal them without supplies. I know the Bandari are sitting on a bunch of poultices. They need to share. That's what I was hoping. Old Silverpaws over there is the one calling the shots for them. See if you can convince him to cough up some of those poultices. We've got lives on the line here. Try not to let that Bandari skeeve out of doing his part. Those damn cats have an excuse for everything. You think the supplies are all they wanted? Not a chance. Those fobbing bastards want to drive us out. They're trying to break the supply lines between Evermore and Bankarai Garrison. They'll keep raiding until they do. We have to figure out where they're coming from first. So far, the Imperials have been raiding at night. I sent scouts to try to track them, but they never came back. Of course not. The Knights of St. Pellen set up an outpost here to protect the trade routes. The Bandari's livelihood depends on us keeping Martyr's Crossing safe. We shouldn't have to pay them to help protect it.
We need a trebuchet, or 10.
Greetings. Normally I would take pride in telling you that I am the most worldly Bandari merchant in old Tamriel. I would present you with a lavish display of the amazing variety of goods I have to offer, but I cannot do that today. Not everything, but I did see some of our goods in the last raid. Me and the other Bandari were busy helping the knights defend the barricades. We didn't see the Imperials slip into our tents and steal our most valuable possessions. Do they? Did Knight Commander Sherilyn send you over to ask this of me? Can she not even show Silverpaws the respect of asking herself? Of course not. Either way, we can spare no further supplies. We've given the knights everything we can. Not for free. What would the Knights of St. Pellen do if the scales were tipped the other way? Would they give up their supplies for a group of Bandari merchants? No. If the Knight Commander wants the poultices, she'll have to trade for them. Let's see. I noticed that the Knights have some very well-made bows stashed away in their weapons cache over there. Tell the Knight Commander I'll give her all the poultices she needs in exchange for those bows.
More mages. That's it. We could do with more mages.
I don't see you carrying any poultices. Let me guess. The old cat wants us to fill his silver paws with gold, doesn't he? Greedy bastard. Straight up robbery. I'd agree to it, though. We just don't have the coin. Of course he does. I saw him eyeing those bows. They were crafted back in St. Alessia's days. They're worth more than gold. They're practically relics. My wounded can't afford for us to bargain, though. Just give him the damn bows. They're over there with our other last remaining supplies, in the fancy chest. I'll give a sign to Sergeant Zilu. He shouldn't give you any trouble.
Give the Bandari all our armor, too. We'll just defend against the next raid with our fists and good manners.
I'm not at all sure we can turn this around.
You convinced Knight Commander Sherilyn to give up the bows? If I had asked her, she wouldn't even have spared me a wooden dagger. She must really like you. Thank you. Well, she will not be disappointed. We Bandari make amazing poultices, some of the most potent in all of Tamriel. Her knights will be healed in no time. Well, there is a thing about the poultices. We do not have them just yet. The good news is that I had foreseen the need for them, so I sent our herbalists out to gather what they needed, but they haven't returned yet. I didn't want to concern you. I thought the herbalists would be back any minute now, but now that I think about it, they have been gone a long time. I hope nothing unfortunate has befallen them. They went up to the water. They needed a special algae from the lake. Don't tell anyone, but that's one of the key ingredients in the Bandari poultices. If something happened to them at the lake, though, I don't know.
Honest merchant, trust this one. merchandise around.